It's like a wee family, you know. It's a nice place to come.
I like the people, I like the company, they're so good to us.
Anybody says, you going out for a walk today? No, she might be clubs on and I would not miss it.
When people get a diagnosis of dementia, yes, they are devastated. And there is that tendency to focus in on what they can't do. But what people don't realise is that there's still a lot of joy to be had.
The forefront of everything that Deeds does as a project is keeping people with dementia as well as possible for as long as possible. I started with the Old Library Trust about maybe 12 and a half, 13 years ago, and a lot of people were presenting with maybe signs of early dementia. We came up against the wall that there was nothing really out there for people that were living with early stage dementia. So for us it was a light bulb moment. We need to start looking at providing that support for people.
The group come in, meet once a week on a Tuesday morning, just engage in different activities, games, crafts, arts, things that are just meant to engage and capture the imagination of the people that are here. This is an opportunity for them to come along and socialise, maybe develop new skills, practice old skills, just a bit of promotion around their independent living, and just generally have fun socialising.
Oh, fantastic. It's lovely. It's good to have a place to come to, meet people. We get away to places too as well. Like a couple of times we were down Park. And Park's a place that's only down the road, but I'd never been at Park.
Thank you very much. The lady came out to the house to see me. I said, how am I going to go over there to make some of the other people? Because at that stage, I just didn't think I'd be able to do it. But the first day I came over and came in, that was it. I just knew, and I'd always come back.
They're moving, they're using their bodies in ways that they maybe wouldn't otherwise at home. So, all the programmes here, and credit to Sinead and the girls at the OLT, they design programmes with that in mind, and everything that they do is based on physical movement, independent living skills and fun.
Name 5 things you would find at a zoo.
Tiger, elephant, penguins.
There's a lot of intent with what we do. We don't really do anything that's sort of all in one. We had the quiz today. It was sort of like a bit of everything, true and false. And then we had like general knowledge then. So that was like stuff that happened back like generations, and also stuff that happened today. Just to try to jog the memory and just keep them alert, and also keep them in the present day. So then that they're aware of sort of current events. Last week we did flower arranging, and that was to mark that spring was coming in, so that they're aware of the seasons. This week we did the quiz to keep their mind nice and active. Next week we have a St. Patrick's Day dance.
When I was diagnosed with dementia, I didn't go out of the house, and then with lockdown, you couldn't go out. My granddaughter decided to look into dementia patients, so she put me down for up here. I didn't know any of these people when I came, so I've met new people, and every week they have something different lined up for us.
So I thought, sure, I don't need to go to them places. And then she says, well, why didn't you go up and try it? And I says, well, and I just love it. It's nice now, so it is, isn't it good? We have good crack between us.
Through the lockdown, we had noticed with a lot of our older people in general that cognitive abilities were declining. From that, we've definitely seen the benefit of having a weekly group, and we hear back from the families that they notice an improvement in the cognitive ability of their family members. This is a satellite operation of the wider Deeds family, and it's so important that we feel connected, not just as a standalone project here, but as part of that wider community. There's a lot of information sharing, story sharing, and sharing of skills and expertise, which is at the heart of community development.
It's not just about coming here to a social group or to an activity group. We are constantly pushing out into the community because we want to make this region dementia friendly. So how do we do that? by offering our members things like cinema days out, so connecting to Foyle Film Festival. Things that me and you don't think about, we just automatically do them, but when you have dementia it presents maybe other challenges. What we're asking you today is to walk in the shoes of somebody living with dementia. What we're trying to do is build up, that information, that knowledge, but that empathy as well.
It's like I've worked with dementia, people living with dementia, and I've never thought about what they can see, what they're saying.
It's tough, while it's emotional, it's hard enough to understand the noise, the background noise, and struggling to hear the instructions and listening to the precise instructions and trying to understand them.
Hello everybody! We have some visitors today. Boys and girls, what do we say?
Today, the children in Park Community Nursery have come together with the LearnMount community organisation through the work through Deeds, with huge benefits to intergenerational practice.
We have been celebrating youth and elderly together, and that has been going on now for 5 years. It is so important children of our age group experience what it's going to be like when they're older, to show respect. I know for a fact we will get this tomorrow. When I get older, I'll be like that man in the pink jumper. Like we do get language like that. So yes, it's amazing what children's minds can soak up at this very, very young age.
Good day.
Yeah, very good.
It made you feel so young again, really.
Yeah, brings back memories and everything of your childhood.
Deeds and the lottery recognise the importance of having services for families living with dementia out in the rural areas. So we are blessed that it's here at the LearnMount Resource Centre. It's about creating awareness of dementia, getting it out there, taking the stigma that maybe families have with it and taking that away and giving and families taking the opportunity to come along to the classes and activities.
Stop talking.
I started as a volunteer in 2018. It changed my life. I went back to school. I started then full time with the Deeds team in 2020, and we were in the midst of COVID. Coming on to work with people who have dementia, it changes your whole outlook on life, and that's why I be telling my volunteers it's amazing that they don't realise the importance what they are to the members. It's somebody familiar as well every time they're coming on every week.
I decided to be a volunteer because my own mum had dementia and I looked after her for quite some time. Then whenever she passed away, I still felt like I needed to do something to help others.
What we often would hear is that I want to give something back, and for us we're privileged that that they choose us. We couldn't do what we do without the help of our volunteers.
God, were I pay good money for them?
I know. I was drawing it and painting it at the same time.
How long would that have took you?
It wouldn't have taken long, no.
Good, brilliant. This one's all flat on the now. You know what's wrong, so
I'll tell you what it's like a wee family. It's a nice place to come once a week,
Oh, I love coming here, yes. That's great. I've been coming here for about 6 years.
It's really good for the estate and for people locally and their families. It really, really helps them for them couple of hours every Thursday morning to bring them into a relaxed atmosphere and quiet normally, only when they're singing. And doing dancing because you can hear them down the stairs. In the centre running day-to-day projects and seeing people coming in. It's great to be there to support them.
It is a progressive condition and we do deal with loss. It is a part of our project. It's a very sad part of our project. We have loss where people progress and need to go on to have additional support that we can't give. That's the most difficult part of the journey. For me, having to go to a family and say, I'm really sorry, but your loved one now has progressed to a stage where we can no longer support them is really difficult. But, because they work so closely with us, they understand that process.
today we have our St Patrick's Day dance, and we have our 6 social groups here, which is Strabane, OLT and Hillcrest, and we have Caw, Park and Chantal. Have a wee bit of singing, dancing, they're going to get some tea and sandwiches as well, and it's all just about making connections and friends just meeting again, some friends that haven't met for a few years and some new friendships as well.
It's an awful disease, but at least when you know there's something wrong and you're not imagining it all, it's a peace of mind then.
They just feel like my friends is the best way to describe it. I love going to the groups. I go 3 times a week to different groups, and every single one are completely different, but they're all full of just great characters and great personalities.
It's good to be out and about and able to go out and about. Lots of people we know, but we can't get out of the door.
We love what we do. We're very passionate about what we do. We see in the room the difference that we're making. If you've had that diagnosis, don't think it's the end of the world. There are projects like ourselves that are out there to support you.
Before I ever heard of this group, I was always in the house, and I love this group with all my heart.